And into the Hellfire caves we go.
The meetings of a very strange club, the Hellfire Club. Its regular meeting place was at Medal Abbey on the Thames, about 8 miles away. The real name of the club was the Brotherhood of St. Francis of
The Brotherhood of St. Francis, right.
Ah, the Brotherhood.
Thank you.
Really? Is that why there's a cage up there that hang on to?
The walls are very wet. They're quite damp, but they talk about the mining chalk out of here, so I'd say that's what that was.
Oh, we're near the entrance.
So they're very dimly lit.
I can't even see anyone walking past me.
Clean your glasses, Renata. These have been carved out. Ghosts of the Cave. Paul Whitebread. Whitehead, sorry. Whitebread.
What?
I know, there are many people who have reason to haunt the caves, but none more so than Paul Whitehead, steward of the notorious Hellfire Club. On his death, he left £50 to Sir Francis Dashwood for the purchase of an urn to be deposited in the Dashwood mausoleum, so that his heart could be placed inside and remain with the Dashwoods forever. In 1829, an Australian soldier stole the heart. We could be targeted. And the urn was then placed in the caves for safekeeping. Paul Whitbread's ghost is reported to haunt the caves searching for his heart. And the White Lady tradition holds that Suki was a servant girl in the 19th century who worked at the George and Dragon, a tavern in West Wycombe. She rejected the advances of 3 local village boys, as she had her sights set on becoming the bride of an aristocrat. My tongue is tied today. One day, a wealthy young man paid a visit to the inn, and Suki, seeing him as her prospective bridegroom, set about ensnaring him. This angered the local boys, who hatched a plan to teach her a lesson. They sent her a letter purported to come from her suitor, informing her that he wished to elope with her and asked her to meet him at their caves in her wedding gown. She arrived at the caves only to find 3 spurned lads. It was then that the prank turned to tragedy. Stones were thrown in temper, knocking her unconscious, and she died later. An apparition of a lady in white has been seen within the caves over many centuries. Shall we move on? Because there's other people behind me that might like to move on in. Dangerous. Oh, got another Paul Whitehead. That's the one that we were just talking about. Bloody Australian stealing things. So is that his urn? That must be the urn. That looks cool.
Trace.
Oh, we've got another Cistercian. So what does it call it?
Cistercian.
Cistercian Abbey.
Is your name Hannah?
Yeah.
My wife has it.
Oh!
Yeah, we found it. They're at the entrance just before you go out the gates. They're waiting for me. I was just going to see.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
She's in a hoodie, pink hoodie I think it is, or white hoodie.
Fantastic. Thank you
All right.
very much.
We was going to message you, but we can't get reception down there.
Very eerie.
So that is just a loop that takes us back to where we were. But lettuce, salad, tomatoes, cucumbers. No, let us move on down and through. All members of the Hellfire Club in 1762. It's a long way down.
They were probably carried by their manservants. It's freaking cold down there.
It is quite chilly, isn't it? There's stuff written all over the walls there. Hopefully that's not by people of our century. Probably is. It's chalk, so it's pretty easy to... Take 20 steps and rest a while. Then take a pick and find a stile. Where once I did my love beguile. 'Twas 22 in Dashwood's time, perhaps to hide this cell divine, where lay my love in peace sublime. When Churchill turned against the club in Wilkes' quarrel, he wrote a poem with lines in it that seemed to give the same hint. Under the temple lay a cave, made by some guilty coward slave, whose actions feared rebuke a maze of intricate and winding ways, not to be found without a clue. One passage only, known to few. The paths direct lead to a cell where fraud, secret love to dwell, with all her tools and slaves about her, nor feared lest honesty should rout her. I'll give you just enough light to be able to see down to the next part, and then you go through a part of darkness and you've got no idea where your feet are going. Oh, okay. We can go to the left.
Well.
Oh,
Fancy
we can go to the right.
Let's
Let's have a look straight ahead.
Benjamin Franklin. Franklin often stayed at West Wickham and visited the caves in 1772. He wrote afterwards to a friend, Mr. Dacor, in Philadelphia.
The exquisite sense of classical design, charmingly reproduced by Sir Francis Dashwood at West Wickham, whimsical and puzzling as it sometimes may be in its imagery, is as much evident below the earth as it is above it. I must admit, you have some exceeding odd ideas, Francis. Fancy putting the golden ball on top of the church.
Oh, we saw that as we're driving up.
Globe Tavern ever.
Not at all, my dear doctor. You should see the splendid buildings in Venice with their golden domes. And there are few cities to equal them.
I think I'm going to have to go to a part 2
The Kremlin in Moscow is full of them.
of the Hellfire
I
Cave.
wanted the church to present